Welcome to our Tourist Tracker how-to videos. Just a reminder before we begin, you can always visit our website, sign up, and download a free 15-day trial to try out the program. In this video, we're going to take a look at the guest screen. I'm just going to load the program here and bring up the guest screen. Now, there's some sample data already in the system. When you first install Tourist Tracker, all of the supporting tables, packages, resources, resource types, etc., have a bit of sample data so that you can immediately check out the booking screen if you want to. It gives you an opportunity to, right away, if you want to get a feel for how we do bookings in the system, you can start right away, and the sample data allows you to complete a test booking. I'm just going to cancel out of here. Back to the guest screen. Most of the data entry screens are built this way, where the first page is a list of the data, and the second page is where you edit the details. One thing I should point out is when you load the guest screen, and you don't move the mouse dramatically, you keep it sort of still, you can see task tips popping up, and they're showing you important aspects of the screen, things to take note of to help you use Tourist Tracker. Generally, these come up when you load a screen, and then, for example, when you do something like, you're adding a new guest, some of the task tips come up to explain important parts of the screen that you want to take note of. Now, if you want, you can turn off task tips in the company setup screen at any time. The other thing you can do is moving the mouse stops task tips from running, so that's another option there. Now, on the front page with a list of guests, of course this would grow quite long with all of your guests. You can either highlight one of the guests and click on the guest details tab, or double click on them to pull up the guest there. Now, the other thing you can do if you need to search for somebody, any of these fields beside the binoculars there, the yellow field, just go ahead and type whatever you want to filter the list of guests. The other thing you can do is click on any of the headers, and it will sort that column first ascending and another click descending. So we're just going to go ahead and add somebody here. So I click on the Add button. I'm taken right over to the Details tab, and I can start entering in their information. Now, when you get to type, this is generally adult, child, senior. You might have different age ranges or other ways of classifying your guests. You might want to set up a VIP group. What it allows you to do is later on, when you're setting up your packages with your rates, is you can have specific rates for specific guest types. So just a quick look over at the guest type screen. This is where you're able to add and change the default guest types for Tourist Tracker. So we'll just change John Smith to an adult. You notice also the active box is checked. If you have a guest that books with you 1 year and then after a few years you're not expecting them back, you can't delete a guest that already has a booking in the system, because that would cause problems with data integrity. So what you want to do, rather than deleting guests that you're really not expecting back, is you can mark them as inactive. Uncheck that box. So we'll just go ahead and fill in John's information. And it's in Thunder Bay. Now I can use the mouse to drop down the list of provinces and states. I can just start typing Ontario. You can see that it's formatted here. Entering the postal code. The brackets and the dash are already there for an area code and phone number. And we could enter in a fax number, a cell number, email address. The other thing you can do is keep dated notes for your guests. This lets you personalize your service and remember any specific preferences for your guest. We might mention here John loves boating and fishing. Now, as you're editing any guest, the add delete buttons are disabled, and pretty much in all the data entry forms this happens. And then save and cancel becomes highlighted or active, and we'll just save John into the database. If I was doing an edit and I really wanted to throw away my changes, just click on cancel. So we go back over to the list here. You can see that John has been added to the list of guests, and if I wanted to look up the Smiths, I could just start typing Smith and it filters the list so that then we could edit what we needed to edit there. So that's an overview of the guest screen, and future how-to videos will fill you in on some of the other screens.